Good morning, a good tavach, a good chodesh, Shavua Tov, and Chodesh Tov. Happy Rosh Chodesh. Thanks for tuning in to Kila Chari Torah's daily review of Sefirat Haomer for Sunday, May 1st. We're going to have to take a step or two back. We're going to go back to Friday night and review what we counted then. On Friday night, Leil Shabbat, Shabbos night, we counted 14 days of the Omer. Hayom Arba'a Asar Yom Shem Shnei Shavuos La Omer. The sphera for the day, going by your little sphera chart in the Siddur, is Malchut Shebegvura. Malchut Shebegvura, nobility in discipline. We're on our last day of the Midah of Gvura. Discipline, writes Mrs. Juravel, we've learned that honing Gvura is all about helping ourselves and others grow, whether by taking on more, asking others for their input to help guide us, or offering others discipline that helps them evolve in the most loving of ways. What's hard about growing is admitting that we still need to. Shouldn't I be perfect already? Shouldn't I have already gotten it right? It's easy to feel like I'm married all these years, or I'm mothering all these years, I'm at this job so long, and I'm still making mistakes. Today's Midah, she writes, is Malchut, Malchus, royalty in Gevura. This Midah means realizing that the greatest level of royalty of my dignity comes from the fact that I have Gevura, the fact that I still want to grow and become more. My desire to continue growing is the very definition of who I am, and it's the quintessential source of my self-respect. Okay, we're going to cut to the chase here. We have a nice story. Actually, those who've been to the dentist can relate to this story. I was once having a tooth drilled at the dentist's office when the drill slipped and hit a nerve. You know that feeling? You know that feeling. It catches you with this severe shooting pain. I jumped. The dentist said, "Oh my goodness, did that drill slip?" I prepared myself for the self-righteous, well, that just happens. It's a tough area. You'll be fine. But he surprised me. He said, "Oh, I'm so sorry. That must be what we call practicing dentistry. I guess I'm still practicing." I liked him for that. It's not always natural to admit our humanity to others, but that's the greatness of what we're capable to do. Her call to action, if you didn't get a chance to do this on Shabbos, maybe you could still make it up. Think of a goal you have. What has made it hard to move toward it? Think of how you'd feel achieving it. Think of yourself as deserving to get there. Now, write down the first step you'll have to take. Okay, we're going to wrap up week 2 and continue onward to week 3. Last night, Saturday night, Motzei Shabbat, at the conclusion of Shabbos, we counted 15 days of the Omer. So the accurate count for today is Hayom Chamisha Asar Yom Shem Shnei Shavuos V'Yom Echad LaOmer. New week of Sfirot. Today's is Chesed Shebetiferes, loving kindness and compassion. We're on to our 3rd week of the Omer. Now we're working on the trait of Tiferes. There are many different words that are used to define the trait Tiferes. Before we explore them all, let's give a little backdrop that hopefully encapsulates them all. Imagine, writes Mrs. Juravel, Sphera in our lives. Imagine going to a concert, a beautiful symphony orchestra. Every instrument is playing its part beautifully. Each one has its own tone, its own feel, but they all come together in a wonderful experience of music and perfectly balanced harmony. This breathtaking blend embodies Tiferes. Harmony, balance, integration, when God perfectly merges his very different midos of chesed, kindness, which we spoke about week 1, and gvura, discipline, boundaries, like we spoke about last week. It's a display of Tiferes, perfectly balanced compassion. Truth is a facet of Tiferes because truth is the synthesis and totality of everything that's real. Beauty is an aspect of Tiferes because it's a manifestation of symmetry and harmony. The temple itself, the Beis HaMikdash in Jerusalem, is referred to as Tiferes, if you look in Isaiah chapter 60, verse 7, because of everything that was combined in its formation and the implementation of its service. When we experience God's synchronization of the many various facets of our lives, when the puzzle all comes together in the breathtaking aha moment, we're experiencing God's Tiferes. Today's call to action, spiritual exercise challenge for the day. Think for a moment of a person you're dealing with right now, just one who's a little bit difficult, someone who's challenging for you to live with, to work with, or to help. Now think of all the words that describe how that person makes you feel at the worst of times. Write them down. Read them to yourself as a description of the way that person might be feeling inside. Note how your own feelings shift once you depersonalize the pain and turn it into the information, I'll add the word insight, that it might be. Very interesting, very telling, worthwhile exercise. Okay, that's it for today. Remember that today is the first day of a 2-day Rosh Chodesh. So today we are removing our tefillin before Musaf. We're saying Musaf. We're adding Ya'alev Yavo in all of our tefillas and also in Birkat Hamazon and benching. And we're saying Hallel, the abbreviated form of Hallel, and also in addition to the song of the day, the special song of the day for Rosh Chodesh. May Rosh Chodesh Iyar bring with it all good things for us and Klal Yisrael and for the whole world, and particularly healing, good health for everybody. Good day, good Chodesh. See you again tomorrow.